Hello everyone, welcome to this review of the Silver Surfer Comiquette from Sideshow Collectibles. This is the exclusive version that came out in 600 pieces. The regular one came out in 950, I think. And the only thing that really sets this exclusive apart is the artwork that came with it, which I have right here. It's a quite fine piece of artwork, I think. I'm not displaying it or anything, but still, I find it quite nice. I guess you have to be into collecting artwork in order to really appreciate this, I guess, but I find it nice that the pieces come with artwork. Although you might argue that artwork is a quite boring exclusive feature, I guess. Still, let's return to this guy. This is the Silver Surfer. Most of you probably know this guy from reading the Fantastic Four comics or watching the movie also. This is a comiquette, which typically means that it's a 1:5 scale, but in this case I do believe that we are talking about a 1:4 scale piece. From comparing to some of my other premium formats, I find him to be in the equal size, so I do believe he's 1:4 really. It's a really huge piece. Probably one of my biggest statues, actually. And well, as you can see, he's mostly silver all around. And again, you probably know the character, so you know what's the deal about that, and you know what's unique for this guy, his board here. He's not that popular where I come from, I think, but in the US, I guess this guy is really a big deal. What I fell for was the whole concept, and well, in my eyes he's really a unique character that really sets himself apart from many other characters in the Marvel universe. When I look at him, at least, I'm just struck with awe, I guess. He's like this godly or demigod-like person in my view. So, well, and his pose in this piece is really fantastic, I guess. Right, now what's really awesome with this piece is that he comes with a lot of changeable parts. I'll just turn him around so you can see his arms here. Now he comes with these two arms that you can see here, which are just your typical arms with no cosmic trail following them. But actually he comes with a set of different arms that both have a cosmic trail, and then he has this fifth arm that is just his fist clenched in a more determined pose, I guess. Now I'll show you these pieces later. Also his face or his head can be changed to do two different looks. This is the neutral look, and he has two others, that is his angry look and his more emotional or sad look. But as you see him now, this is the way I prefer to display him. Clean and simple in my view. But it's a huge piece, and I'll make sure to compare him with one of my other pieces later in this video. Let's first have a look at his face and get in close so you can really see some of the details in the sculpt. 2 seconds. So, here we have his face. And as I said, this is the face that I prefer to display him with, the neutral look. Now he has these other two faces, and I'm just gonna try and switch one of them in. And you know how that is done with the magnet and all that. I don't have to go into all that detail about that. This is his sad face, his emotional face, which I don't really like, to be honest. I guess it somewhat fits this character, and I like the way his face is. He's looking up. It supports the whole sculpt really well. Still, I don't like the expression on his face when he's wearing this one. I don't know exactly what it is, but at least I know why I like the neutral one, so I'll get into that in a few seconds. Let me first show you the third face, which we have right here. His angry or enraged face. And yeah, it's a really nice sculpt, really. Full of detail, and that's a lot of expression right there. So they, nonetheless, they have done a great job, I think, and it's really going over the, well, they're going the extra mile with 3 faces for collectors. I mean, it really changes the expression of this piece, and that's kind of awesome that you can do that much from just buying this one piece. You have these 3 different statues almost. So still, I prefer the neutral one, and I'm just gonna put it on again. Now I really find this expression to be the most complete one. I think it's because when I look at Silver Surfer, what I see is an alien, and if you have read the lore or the backstory of this guy, you know what his job is, you know what he's flying around doing. And there's no emotion, there's no feeling, there's no room for feelings there. And that is what I see when I look at the neutral face. This distant guy that's not using his emotions, he's not in connection with his feelings or emotions at all. And I think that's really an important aspect of this guy. And I just find this sculpt to be the best, really, of the 3. Now while I turn him, you can actually see how the finish or the outer layer of this statue is done, which is really one of the selling points of this guy, I think. I think that Sideshow did the perfect choice when going with this paint job. I have seen some customizations out there of people doing a more chrome look on him, but I really don't think that is the best way to do. He is chrome-like when you watch the movie, for example, but well, I just feel that the details, the body and all the muscles and all that are best shown using this kind of paint. So they've done a really great job there, I think. Right, now let's zoom out a little again and have a look at his body, and if I can fit it in also his board. So just give me 1 second. Now, as I said, this is really a huge piece. It's far bigger than most of my premium formats, I believe. And as you can see, it's a dynamic pose he's fixed in. It's a really nice pose. I really think that Sideshow did a wise choice going with this pose. It really supports the overall idea and the concept of this character, I think. Now the board is pretty much done in the same finish or paint as the body. It's a little more rugged, it's not as shiny, so when the light doesn't bounce off it in the same way as on his skin. But as you can see, the pose is fantastic, and the way the light is bounced off or reflected on the character is really great. I think it really gives this piece a lot of diversity, I think. Now some people are complaining that he is hard to display in a collection, and I guess he kinda is, because you can't look at him or gaze at him from all angles to gain the best view, so you have to have him placed correctly. I don't really know how that is, but I think, well, facing you like this is probably the best, and if you have a shelf that is placed kinda low, maybe he would fit in perfectly there, I think. If you were to behold this character or this piece from below, looking up on it, I could imagine that you wouldn't get the most out of it, I think. So, but still, it's an exciting and different pose, and I think that Sideshow chose to do the right thing here. Now I'll show you the different arms that comes with this piece, and as you can see, these are the 2 clean ones with no cosmic trail. There's really not much to it other than, well, let me show you. Magnets, as you know, and there we go. His left arm, and we have his right one here. And these are really strong magnets, so there's no insecurity or anything. You're not concerned that the arms are gonna drop off at all. Now, as you can see, this is the cosmic trail that is also similar to the base, and that I'll show you in a few minutes. well, I guess it adds even more to the dynamic pose with this cosmic trail. Still, I do prefer the clean arms, but I guess it's a matter of taste only. They are basically the same. That's just cosmic trail here, and you can further change his left arm to this one, like this. As I said, this is his clenched fist, and well, it just adds some character to him. I don't feel that it fits as well as the arm that I had on him to begin with. I really think this, well, it does look nice, and it adds a lot of character, I guess. So, well, again, it's a matter of taste. I'm just gonna put in the other arms again. The seams around the arms, or where you plug them in, are really well hidden. They've formed to the lines of his muscles, so it's really hard to notice that that these are plug-ins or attached to him with magnets. I've seen much worse out there. So again, Sideshow did a great job with this. And it's just, well, this is the way I prefer him. I really feel that this is an epic look. So yeah, let's try and scoop a little down and have a look at the base. So here we have the base, which is really big. This is a huge piece, so of course you need to have a huge base as well. Now the base is comprised of two pieces actually. You have the cosmic trail, which is this one with all the details and stuff, and you have this bottom piece, which is just a neutral black base. That's really not much to talk about when it comes to this black base. It's just one big heavy thing that the statue is placed upon. And I guess Sideshow decided to go with this black base because they wanted to make sure that the statue was placed securely on something, I guess. But you can actually, because I've seen people do that, display the statue without this black base and just settling with the top part here, which is the cosmic trail. So I guess it's a matter of how much room you have. I like to have the black base for now, because I don't really know where else I would put it, I guess. Still, the details of the base are great. The texture is really fine, and you can, again, if you run your finger over it, I usually say this, but if you run your finger over it, you can feel all the small details, which are really nice. It's done in this silvery look, and it has these tints or hints of purple or violet, just to make it stand a little out compared to the rest of the statue. And it's a nice different look, this section, compared to the silver board or the character, because he's just clean. There are no small details or anything. He's just smooth, and this is just the opposite. So well, and the way it is sculpted is really nice. I mean, you can really tell that this is something that he's leaving behind when he's flying around in outer space, his cosmic trail here. And it's just really well done, I think. But other than that, it's rather simple, so there's not really much else to say about it, I guess. Now, other than the cosmic trail here is the same single piece with the silver board. So you have, when you unbox it, you have this huge piece that you have to take out and put onto this black base, and it really gives you a sense of quality. And as you might imagine, it's quite heavy also. So, and I know that some of you are really interested in your pieces being quite dense or solid. So, and that is really what you get the sense of here. On the bottom side of the cosmic trail, resting on top of the black base, you have this fabric or something that which really, this way you can actually just, as I said, you can display him without the black base, and you can avoid scratching the surfaces of either the surface that it is resting on or on the statue. So it's really up to you what you decide to do, I guess. Right, enough of the base. I can keep talking all the time, but let's move on and have a look at the entire statue again and maybe do a size comparison. And here we go. You can see him standing next to my Captain America premium format, which I'm showing off whenever I get the chance to, and this video is yet another chance to do that. Yeah, but still there is some sense to it, because you can really see how big the Silver Surfer Comiquette is when he's standing next to Captain America here. And now I do know that the base is taking up a big part in this, but still, if you look on the arms or the legs of Silver Surfer, you can see that he's almost as big as Captain America. So that is why I do believe that this Comiquette is in fact 1:4 and not 1:5. And yeah, now I didn't realize until shortly before I bought this Silver Surfer Comiquette that I wanted to get him. It just struck me one day. But I do believe that this is really in the high end of collecting, because you have a classical character here that has this almost perfect pose, and well, he draws, I do believe, on some classical aesthetical ideas, I think, and well, I just like the whole concept of this character and his tragic fate and all that. So it is a really nice piece, I think. And when you get, well, I got the artwork because this is the exclusive, but you get 3 heads in total and 5 arms in total. I do believe that this is really value for the money. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope that I was able to share with you some of the joy that I find in collecting, and in this piece particularly as well. I don't think this is one of the most popular pieces, but I do believe it's one of the best out there, honestly. Yeah, well, I don't really know what else to say, so I just hope that you enjoyed watching this review, and if you have any questions or comments, do go ahead and ask, and I'll post them on this video, and do remember to subscribe. So, well, thank you for watching.